Anyone who is
shaping.
until you
It's been a while.
I hear a lot of people in the construction.
Today's topic, at the end of the day, getting a super down to make it happen. Again, and for some reason, when I went to make my last video on the topic, I wasn't expecting to get anywhere down. And that's what I always really easy with. A lot of you guys were very engaged and was crazy. And with both those points today, just generally videos right translate don't like last time about the layout of the Empire. Well, your emotional support, buddy. Before we do that, sit tight now. Why don't we get started? All right. So these search sets and outlines of areas life laser they always because of visualize I can't tell my battle wedges so this is the area of side and there's styles of little bars all right up is about fire gunshots what the is very hard to balance pretty good on decoration you'll probably say simply moving around get off and stay there as long as when it comes to getting probably no I mean I'm largely only worried about slope staggers. You're the tools we haven't handed out. We have a section of the large echo stretch. We have the shape that people mind that also very powerful. When I tell people to get up this slice, what I'm back to is exactly why it's angle triangle if you're not really sizing you're not sure. Now, all of what I just on the other term is that I know a lot of you the other overhang. To tell you the truth, here we have a bunch of very little water riding one on top of the other. So they're digging my geometry textbook to look into concepts. While I was in the process of whereas the next example, you'll have all have very I use the term I picture battle starts and now here's an example that goes what how to explain the way to specify what's inevitably the offset transition have a fire and that I realized they almost direction on how it hard to see the which and then these are the line of single this is a red flag in order to understand how many down the highlights of the section meaning this really appreciate how the direction of the curve 70 degrees another curve is going down and I really so why that's going so close only 70 I ended up having highlighted in red shape easy down to very nice I learned I see my take their best when you're looking at a top size of a cat the battle bring us that out of the way you can easily let's go ahead and pick things up keeping it simple seeing go I don't sideways all the way back and then we got and so we have rather and then we end of our there we go. We're going to hit ID10 and go ahead and place that ship. We did exactly for this segment. I ended up not offsetting the zipper counting back. The water line is all the way down. Unfortunately, I offset that. So this is a reference. Here's some more examples of how to see it. And now, I have to wait for decoration 5 meters right where I was building called the angle might realize also a triple like the weather is and vice versa. The reason, especially if you're a functional
vessel,
very well be your
in most
opening
cases,
factor.
though,
There we go.
rather we are looking at
So I do
how
that bridge windows
water
operation,
which is the dotted line.
That will give you all of the experience
Highlighting how hard it is.
decorating
I
not
did
at all.
Side outline clarifies.
Cover over your barrel on the line. Control X-ray. The obvious feature that comes at the next level. Zipper box the high jump shape of the now select and position your cutaway. Coming back to talk about tabs. If you want to keep your gas simple and good gun 1/3. This is a major barrel start. Step line. If the texturing of your mesh different, and another thing I open up the tabs. They have I personally layer out space. Take this one let's touch on vertical balance. Now, it's not great. That's how we count. Horizontal. I see a lot of people go for a barrel stack in this gun house right now. I provided a by any means. Yeah, that's exactly. There are
Infinite possibilities.
Look,
I'm gonna stop pulling your leg. There's only one other combination we're talking about. A single cavity using F60. As one of the going traction the good stuff. If you don't, anyone who works here the only other thing that I've never seen this besides our is longer than a valve and some level stumble home. We're not going to talk about this today. So we give an example of a double over a double is about
somewhere in this line.
So with that, I realized slide it back into position.
Well, in terms of we're going to zoom up the arrows together and like that blue arrow. There we go. That's what I value. And you went back to roughly where I wanted my finally and also together most of the time that over the box I only see that's a real character. Go ahead and start moving over we're going to get a profile right, but I'm not actually any modern look. You have a wire right, so we have a nice shape. A lot of decorations and then back 500 millimeters giving the same goes for any right in front of us. And then as your cable here's a KP flaw represents an 8 meter all of these sides decorated area where back out around the watch and subtle because of body by a true stealth mentality personally high external mesh deck out down to the logic that really highlight the case we rarely ever see. I want to throw it I wanted something to go wire for a true I'll be getting up to around we're telling you how very the wire that especially on the the ability to turn on your enemy talk about this bad mother we're going to go with a single not just from our exposure tend to benefit and tie up on your base. They don't want and of course this might surprise you have a 6 meter decoration highlighted. This is true that if you were standing on a pretend subedge we could see about now remember how at decoration watching just finish water line here so any amount of time we ever got to this guys called decoration after a little while it starts spending type of and build our valves just so they can be sure the affluence what that number is we're already at 6 meters just because it's like it's now running so parallel it's actually quite and this time as you'll see for the wire why is that important? It's not very there is a lot it's very frustrating
opposite
sort of unique shapes that aren't
only
why
one
that's
way
important. I know it only as soon as I started flying the tech because so if that's a slow front, which was way out to start, but getting wider way quicker than the bottom.
Building directly on that sideways snow block will go for the
We're gonna go. We're getting way wider up here. Then all the way over here. Now, that shape started to stretch back. I spin. Flat side. I know now you can see a little bit of a lift down which does this decoration.
Now building up that
everything will be in the foremost. We're going to feel right.
So this is what our full outline is forward, so it goes that bow of the vessel, right where the wings at our bow.
I have shown rotated my sides. That doesn't mean I'll stop. We have when he's to go natural allocations. Now it's going to stop. Do we have these allocations? How large is that are off? What we're going to do. Because I never have all of them were 4 and then 2, and for the rest, 10, we're going to pull so much shit to keep it and just move it into places down here. Just keep in mind what distances you'll be spanning when you're still in the outline. Now, just by default, and without diving, I'm going to go back to this guy, and I will but if we're that angle is going to change. If you guys around, the solution is to increase its starting to rise. 8 meters is easy because you still have to double excitement with a bit of a ridge. Run for velocity measurements to stretch it at the like 7, 9 meters. So keep that in mind. I've copied our work while the author had its angle, and now I've demonstrated I almost lining up the angle have now has a sheer range of different angles that triangulate. If that's too much of a job in your case, just go ahead and give them that extra half full meter of height. Thus change the texture and select down the outline of our hash. You want to keep it simple, that's all really starts. There's another one that you get in a very well area. So I'm coming back to let's start our site and here's how we tell this no more as well as a photo of it with water, maybe even another really easy. The battleship that's been built by that comes out to around 5 or 6 layers. And I hope you guys found this tutorial interesting. Add these middle layers to your build. You can have a lot of now. I see a lot of things are already headed almost the decoration where you start small. If that goes are completely alien to you, don't freak out. I have been back over every site to catch everything immediately. If you're in the stack out of layers, so this is you could keep using the copies to not worry about lining up and rotating 2 meters of vertical stacks. Transitions are also viable. Funnily enough, is actually 4 meters. If you want some precision control, the triangle generator tool in the that gives us a nice curve. My own selection here might get one, but I don't really want to technically 4 meter beams to have a large 2 meters of vertical stacks. There's a block there, and that to get things lined up is nice to a point. At this point, I can hear what you asked how to do the underwater section of the bow. Suffice to say, it's fairly straightforward, although it might take some practice. Start by continuing down the lines you made in the waterline section. Round it off at the bottom and you're all set. You probably want to bulge to the front and then that modify the work you've done to accommodate the cylinder pointing out of it. Look through all the textures. So we're gonna, as you can see on this battleship, I've blurred it out as gets farther back to integrate with the lines of there we go. That's really over. Especially if you're still struggling to figure out what to do with the wall pellets. I probably start building it out of regular blocks of finishes in a 4 and make sure you're still tablets. Then you can use decorations to open it out. 2 propellers. I think that's we're getting towards the end of the video, and obviously I haven't gotten to anything. And your main just going to go in lost on the area. Okay, we're now getting a lot of the hard truth is that more vertical stack. This time we are up to 6. In the bow section, we put a called 4 meter beam down, and then we have another 2 meter beam down. That's kind of lined up with fins that poke out of the hole next hidden inside the whole shaft. And in case it's obvious because they work this outward section in the stern, the meshes that we've included will follow your guide. This does seem like a lot. As some of you probably noticed, I'm not using any transitions yet. I'm just using above waterline sections. This is by design. We'll get back to echo transition. People to understand. Finally, I just want to talk about confusing their heads with decorations of transition. Potential transition
that
As
are
you've seen the ship by half.
This is the tournament you
Not much
to
about
know
it
that is
what's
very
recognizable
out
as
of it.
FTD outside of maybe
This is triangle mapping, and
Alright, now, this isn't to say that you're automatically
If you
going to
made
want
this
to
far in the
build
video,
this level of
congratulations.
But if the main bit of
allows
feedback
you to
I
have
my last
have
tutorial
was people really just wanted to see me showing
example, I'm going to build something that isn't
all that being said,
not just digest the concepts that I'm talking about, but also
I do think there's a deal
I
with
totally
as our block placement.
The next thing
This
I had to
format,
guess
by that
instead of
nature,
getting
very
control
new to me.
X, a lot less
I'm
quality.
slightly with
What what I'm used to doing
and then
is
follow a similar stack
Shift.
So, please let me know if you found it
example
useful.
of opening any other door switch back
Is
besides
automatically
let me know.
lays down
Exploring
that
the
hole
process.
as a decoration
and
in
I'm
very
underlining
long
there is
and
a
learn.
so they can always line up.
It's already set to
As
negative.
if you want to get a little more
and
future
our
tutorials,
scale bars
offset pieces
are actually slightly
I do
larger
not know if they are
Funnily enough, this wasn't even
also
the next tutorial I had planned. I've recorded the entirety of the slope stacker
probably next thing on the plan
Then we get down
and then I kind of realized after finishing
No, the hole does not have a cliff in it.
that I could simplify the process, and that's what this video is.
Been sticking out of the hole.
If you're looking for a step up, don't worry.
I
The next week
personally
or
add
so,
these once I finish
there'll be
my
another
stern
video.
design so that they don't throw me.
You guys have a great one.
So we now have the tube
Also,
of our fire hydrant.
yeah, sterns are pretty long.
Let's scale this down to a size we
thumb is that each section
Let's
of your
say,
hull
see if anything's
should take up around a third of the total length.
0.25.
I'm going to wrap up the tutorial here.
Seems way darker than
I know it was a lot,
backward
but
scaling.
thanks for sticking with
slope
me
in that
for
area.
this.
Inside that back.
I do genuinely hope you learned some things with this.
But so
The
far,
holes are really challenging, and I do
fire
think it's
hydrants
awesome
are about
that
waist
you get
high.
game with them.
So now we've done the hard part with
Or
the
if you're not,
decorating.
you're
Let's go ahead and
YouTube
check
gas.
this.
What's
Let's
the
leave it
adult
around
level?
0.5 is now.
Speaking of YouTube, if you enjoyed this, you should consider checking out some of my other FTs.
Is the 4 meter.
Once we have it in the works, especially with the ongoing misallocation series,
some other decorations.
but it's really intent to make these to replace that.
Fire hydrants tend
So
to
if more of you guys show your
have
support,
a bit of
I'll
a
be sure
knack
to
just
balance
before
this
cylinder
for
on
one more
meters
time
per
for these
second.
staggers.
And it kind of helps for
Anyways, I gotta shoot myself in the foot for making that pun. I'll see you guys around.
A little bit of a lip up here. This is an artifact. Get this roughly in the position we want.
So, Miles, you know what
We're
shape
going
that
to make it
is?
slightly broader. The curvature
Of
Absolutely
water
right.
immensely. The exact same
Oh, yeah.
spot. The curvature
You aced it.
of the deck line. That's around the height we want. So if we move this back, next thing we're going to need,
It's
it's
got
got
to
to 4 meters of vertical stagger. We now have a new is the
auto
cylinder
fail
hit on
and
deck
toss.
line layer. Then this artifact.
go back to
using
the
mimic
transition
options. And then we're looking
here
for a
use a
sphere.
triangle
We're just going to have to cope. Place the inverted triangle corner right where the back block used to be. One made of alloy. And now, be nice. Use this guy for the forward piece. So as you can see that mesh inside of there. All right, with all of those added, although squatted we've down, smoothed out our hull quite a bit. And so far, it's a really good shape. It has a lot of ebb and flow to it. It's still original slope stagger, the old method we used. Kind of playing this by feel. Oh, right. We want this to be. It's gonna look like
so
that
that
it's
it's
matching.
matching
But when you have it down original body, you're only gonna be looking down on it, and those steps aren't as noticeable from up here. But actually, this is about as good as I get without going down that ring, just a little bit. So, that was one of the harder parts that we had right there. Will do nicely. Let's go down and then let's add a little cross section. The below waterline crossbar where the hoses have colors here. So I'm gonna keep it very simple. If we got previous work, this section does not really need a whole lot of work, especially for somebody likely of your skill level. So I'm just gonna make the diameter of this tube a little smaller than it was in the past, 5 meter increments. And because this section can just be vertical and it'll look good. Alright, let's take out the now that I have all those columns in place. Let's go ahead and round off the bottoms. It's 6 meters long. And how we do that is very simple. Further up, take your triangle corner, and then we just move it back. That's a pretty good fire hydrant right there. And then add the backing to it. There we go. And now, we've rounded out for the bottom. Great. We'll go ahead and add another little. I know I didn't really get to cover all of the features of decoration today, and that's okay. That was actually the point of this slopes. I want to break up this tool into bite-sized chunks because when you're learning something new, in this case decorations, but my own experience thinks back to Blender and game design. When you're getting into those subjects, it feels like a massive cliff that just goes on and on
and
sloped beam,
and
here,
as we did for everything else.
no matter how many
And then what I'm
videos
gonna do,
I
in fact,
watched
we
of people
just
doing
place
it,
that down like I was saying.
I wasn't getting
if you want,
better.
You can actually use these square.
It really
corner.
wasn't until I actually
just
started
snap.
booting up Unity or
flip this
Blender
in,
and
like
actually
another
started
corner.
working for myself.
And there we go.
Things
If you really
started to
want to
click.
I do want to clarify.
So I hope that this video could be that for
recommend
something
using
like
this.
And if not, I
transition
hope I'm at least
blocks,
motivating you to, you know,
for this part.
open up that decorations tab a little bit more.
I
And
do not care anymore.
think of
Because the
ways
second
you can
stretch
place things that aren't
transition
conventional
block,
blocks.
Let's say we have to make it.
I show off this
transition,
Montana a lot in my
finish this
videos,
off a square
and
corner. We're still
I
trying to keep
don't
45
do
degrees.
that
And then
because
you
I'm
have an
trying to
awkward
that
scenario with
my
this
talent section
section
here.
Finished.
I don't care about
you
how
have
good
so
I am.
little
I just
angle.
want something that's cool to look at.
I
decorations.
really just use.
Instead, I'd probably suggest you guys just do
downslopes for everything
Pathfinder
instead is.
Because
the second you have changing shapes and you're trying to,
because this is a
there you
build
go.
that
line up.
yeah, it uses
but,
decorations.
if
but
you are
slightly
willing to
shorter
one,
very much
bit of
see
one,
the DNA
hit Control,
of
Shift,
with
and
a
F
voxel from the depths
you
of
notice
the
the angle's different.
even in the
and
hall.
It performs these
Go
little
ahead.
flat
Because
spots. Pushes forward
my
half a
point
so
here
frustrating.
is
so much
don't
calculation,
think
and then
of
we're
the
just
only
gonna
way
widen out
with
just to be
vertical
to
being
like
good
this.
from the depths
You
design
don't have to worry
decorations.
about
That's
that.
not
I would
true.
much rather, and it's a simple.
These
in
are
back
just
and add angle.
an
And
aesthetic
there we go.
piece
That's
that helps you
about
out
either in
done
the
of our
top
vessel.
layer or through additional merging
Anyways,
layers.
I'm gonna wrap it up
As
there.
always,
I'll probably make a lot more
As I said
videos about
before,
this, showing off
we'll
my
save
work.
started for the next
If you
if you have any
one.
questions about the
As for
material,
reflecting on what
Feel
we've
free to
learned today,
comment. Low water line
I'm not
section.
gonna lie.
Reach out to me on
Which is
Discord.
There's a
Really
reason you
going
don't
I'm
see
in
slope
both
staggered
OCD
halls like this much
today.
anymore.
if you ping me.
At the skill required to
And the
pull this
United
off,
Builders, which is
it's
where
just
I am
much more
full-time.
efficient to do the layering
Look in the
method
description.
instead. And that's not even
Anyways,
mentioning
don't
it gives
overthink
much
it.
cleaner
You guys
results
have a great
too.
day. Very much just
I'm mainly
wanted to keep
still
this
teaching this because there's a lot of valuable lessons.
extension
And
of
course,
what it was above.
for whatever reason, if you do prefer to work without decorations, I still want this knowledge to be available to you. Anyways, if you guys have any game-related questions, come join us over in the United Builders Discord. You guys have a great one, and I'll see you next time.
Now that I have all that in place, I'm just really going to be copying what we had above and making sure it exists below. This time we need to make sure that it's going to be working with the 4 meters of scaling that are required. Oh. I'm just adding the rounded lips to the bottom. Kind of like what we're doing on the deck line, but a lot less fancy. Move one in. Alloy inverted triangle corner. There we go. And now we're just going to repeat that process. And granted, if you were making a real hull, you would have it filled in with the blocks behind it. I feel that that's very self-explanatory, and I don't have to show the work here because that's always going to be very specific to each build you do. Granted, it'll be similar, but not as time-consuming. All right. Just like that, guys, we've really done the hard part of the hull shaping. I mean, mean, there's gaping holes everywhere, and I haven't built the stern. But at least when it comes to bows, that's all there really is to it. And now that I'm done showing you my work, I guess this is time for my little soapbox at the end of each of these videos. I see a lot of people sell themselves short when it comes to hull building because they think that getting that really smooth and dynamic shape is really hard. It's not. It's not even time consuming. But what really has to happen is we need to break our mold of thinking in terms of the blocks the game has given us. So of course transitions help a lot in certain areas. When it comes to making the entire hull, I see a lot of people be taken down the wrong path trying to incorporate them as much as possible, thinking that that's where we need to be at. Yeah, I know in certain ways the method I'm teaching you guys is a lot messier, but I like to think that the results show for themselves. And even today, I've shown that we don't even need the spin block that a lot of people thought was required for it. Funnily enough, I did not actually know it was possible to do it without that until I tried this hull. So, yay, go me! As for going forward, I'm not exactly certain at the moment what format I want to commit to for my tutorials. Lately, I've been doing a lot of these you guys watch me build for 30 minutes straight, and, you know, I'm just hoping that you're going to be able to get something from that. And I know this is something that my early tutorials were lacking, but at the same time, I also feel like those early tutorials had a lot more substance and meaning to them. Maybe I'll strike up some kind of middle ground. Maybe I'll just do both. Anyways, I would really appreciate your thoughts here. My channel's kind of been stagnant on FTD content for a little while, so I greatly appreciate any feedback you guys have. Anyways, that's all from me for today. Thank you for sitting tight this far, and I hope you guys have a great evening.